Assalamualaikum dear students. Today we are going to discuss a very important topic of cell biology, that is the mitosis. So what's the mitosis is? Cell division is required for an organism to grow, mature and maintain tissues. During the mitotic phase, a cell which undergoes mitosis to form two new nuclei and then divide to form new individual cell during cytokinesis. The mitosis is the process of dividing the duplicated DNA of a cell into two new nuclei. The mitosis is split into distinct stages. The first stage is the prophase. The DNA condensed, organized, and the classic chromosome structures appears. Next comes the prometaphase, where the microtubules attach to the chromosome, and this step is followed by the metaphase, where the chromosome align. Metaphase is followed by the anaphase, where the chromosomes separate. And finally, during the telophase, nuclear membrane reappears around the two sets of chromosomes. Mitosis is now completed. After mitosis, two new cells are formed by a process called cytokinesis. Mitosis is only one part of what is called the cell cycle. For many eukaryotic cells, a cell is duplicated every 24 hours. Most of the life of a cell is spent in the interphase. The interphase consists of three stages: G1, S, and G2. The G1 or gap 1 is the first growth phase of interphase. In the G1, the cell grows to nearly its full size and perform many of its specific biochemical function that aid the organism. The next is the S or synthesis phase. This is important because it's during the S phase the DNA in the nucleus is replicated. The next stage is gap 2. It is during the cell finish growing. Once the cells have duplicated the DNA in the nucleus, the two centrosomes have appeared in the cytoplasm. Mitosis can begin. For a typical eukaryotic cell, this will last for about 80 minutes. During the first stage of mitosis, called the prophase, we can see that the classical chromosome structure. This occurs through a condensation process. At the same time, the protein stand called microtubules appear for the centrosome in animals. Finally, a structure found within the nucleus, the nucleolus, disappear. The next prometaphase begins with the nuclear membrane is broken down. At the same time, the microtubules strands or spindle fibers are growing from the centrosome. These strands attached to a protein structure called the kinetochore. One kinetochore is attached to the centromere of each sister chromatin. Next comes the metaphase. During this stage, the sister chromatin align along the center of the cell so that both the chromatin face together, opposite pole of the cell. Now the sister chromatins are ready to be separated. This occurs during the anaphase. Though a shortening of the microtubule attached to the kinetochore, additionally the pole of the cell move farther apart and cause intense separation of the sister chromatin. At the end of the anaphase, the sister chromatin have moved to the two ends of the cell. Telophase is the final stage of mitosis. It is here that the component of the cell, new cell, begins to appear. At this point, the spindle fibers are broken up. A new nuclear membrane surrounded the chromosome at the end of each cell. The chromosome uncoiled and return to an uncondensed state. Mitosis is now completed. The formation of the two cells is at that remain. Following mitosis, the cell undergoes a process called cytokinesis. First, the cell is compressed by a contractile ring that divides the cell in nearly two equal halves. By now, the organelles in the cell have been replicated and is now divided between the two halves of the cell. This includes the mitochondria, Golgi bodies, and endoplasmic reticulum. The plant cell also have chloroplast. Once split, the two new cells are now fully in the G1 stage of the interphase and ready again to begin their growth. Let's watch the process one more time. Mitosis begins with prophase. Notice that the DNA condensing into the chromosome during this stage. Microtubules appear during the prometaphase and the nuclear membrane breakdown. Metaphase occurs when the chromosomes are aligned at the center of the cell. During the anaphase, the chromosomes are moving apart. The telophase stage is marked by the appearance of the new nuclear membrane. This is the end of the mitosis. Finally, the splitting of the cell occurs during the cytokinesis. The two new cells are now ready to grow and perform their specialized function. I hope you like the video. Thank you so much for watching.